Docks Marine opens 7 days a week from 8 to 5. Sales, rental, service, all in one place. It's at Docks Marine, 5803 Eichard Ridge Road.
Hello and welcome into the WHKY News for Friday, July 26th. Ralph Mangum with you. Look for the WHKY News each weekday on over-the-air TV on channel 14.2. And remember, we're also online at WHKY.com and on our YouTube channel. In today's top stories, a Catawba County resident received prison time after entering a plea to sex offense charges. WHKY's Rob Eastwood reports.
Police say the defendant in this case targeted women online. 31-year-old Michael Brandon Shin of Sherrills Ford received a sentence of 50 to 120 months or 4 years, 2 months to 10 years in prison after he entered an Alford plea to 3 counts of second-degree forcible sexual offense. The charges are from Mooresville and Lincoln County. An Alford plea registers a formal admission of guilt towards charges in criminal court, while the defendant simultaneously expresses their innocence towards those same charges. On June 19th of 2022, Mooresville police responded to a sexual assault call at an address on River Highway in Mooresville. The victim stated she met the suspect online and agreed to meet in Mooresville on June 16th. After meeting the suspect, the victim got into the suspect's vehicle and was taken to a remote parking lot on River Highway where police say she was forcibly sexually assaulted by the suspect. After the assault, the suspect left the victim in the parking lot without her vehicle or phone. Detectives were able to identify the suspect using information from the victim about him and his vehicle. During the course of the investigation, detectives learned that the suspect, who was targeting women online, may be involved in similar incidents in other jurisdictions. As a result of the investigation and collaboration with surrounding agencies, Mooresville Police and the Lincoln County Sheriff's Office charged Shin with multiple sex offense counts, along with a count of kidnapping. In addition to the sentence of 50 to 120 months, Shin will have to register as a sex offender for 30 years. He has received a permanent no-contact order with the 3 victims and is on 10 years probation. Reporting from Catawba County for WHKY News, I'm Rob Eastwood.
Thank you, Rob. WHKY's Arianna Mack spoke with the executive director of a charitable organization that's in need of support from the community.
Reporting for WHKY in Hickory, the Family Guidance Center has announced that they need support from the community to continue providing their services. Joining us in Top Stories today, Robert Dalton, Executive Director for the Family Guidance Center.
My name is Robert Dalton. I'm the Executive Director here at Family Guidance Center. The agency itself has been here for 65 years. We are a social services provider for Catawba County and surrounding areas. We focus on 4 major areas. We provide services to domestic violence victims and sexual assault victims, both to help them have immediate safety and to be able to heal and rebuild after experiencing violence. We work with at-risk youth through a mentoring program to assist those youth to be able to make better decisions today and to be able to plan for the future. And then finally, we offer counseling that's available to all of the community. We accept all major insurances. We accept Medicaid. We also do sliding scale work. But our goal is to ensure that if people in Catawba County and the surrounding areas need to be able to access high-quality therapy services, that those are available to everyone.
And what do you feel like you help most with here in Hickory?
So the biggest part of what we do is our domestic violence and sexual assault services program. Between those two services offerings, we help about 1,500 people a year in our county and surrounding counties to be able to escape domestic violence or to be able to seek help after sexual assault. We provide counseling services. We provide legal aid referrals. We do court advocacy. We help with case management. We help with rehousing if that's needed. We have a shelter for domestic violence victims, all of which is provided at no cost to folks in our county.
And in this time of COVID aftermath and inflation, as a nonprofit, it's kind of hard for a time of giving. How would you say that that's affected you guys?
So it's been quite impactful upon us. We do get a lot of our services are provided, the funding is provided by government grants, which we very much appreciate. However, in a post-COVID world, those government grants unfortunately are falling. And also many of our other grantors, community support, as the economy has been in flux, as inflation has gone up, folks are looking at their own pocketbooks and having to decide, how they pay their bills, and often that leaves less money for donations to the public good. Other grantors also are having to look at those things and how do they use their money most appropriately. And then adding government grant reductions, what that's led is to a gap from where we were previously funded that paid for everything to where we now have this gap in our funding, and we're needing money to be able to continue to provide these essential services to our community.
If you or anyone you know can help in providing funds for the Family Guidance Center, contact Robert Dalton, Executive Director of the Family Guidance Center. I'm Arianna Mack for WHKY.
Thank you, Arianna, and thanks to Ryan Dalton for taking time to speak with us. Arianna, Rob, and I will be right back with today's crime report. It's pretty much all about Burke County and Morganton today, with suspects facing charges for B&E, drugs, assault, obtaining property by false pretenses, and larceny of a credit or debit card. In local sports today, academic recognition for CVCC athletics, a look at Lenore Ryan's upcoming 828 day celebration, and the latest from the Crawdads, who did not have the best of days yesterday. In Community Focus, we'll hear about the 8th annual Hickory Playground Theater Festival, plus Rob has a scam warning from the North Carolina Turnpike Authority. Partly cloudy today with a high in the low to mid 80s. Depending on where you are, you may have seen a late afternoon thundershower. The weekend is looking pretty good with highs in the mid to upper 80s and a 20% chance of rain tomorrow, dropping down to a 10% chance Sunday. We'll start in the 80s next week, rising into the 90s by midweek. There's a chance of rain every day, with the greatest chance coming on Monday and Tuesday. You can always find the latest forecast at WHKY.com. I'm Ralph Mangum. You are watching the WHKY News.